In today's video, I'm going to be working on my Ben Hogan golf swing, specifically rolling the face open and cocking my wrists earlier in my backswing. And I'm going to show you how this can add extra speed and power. You're watching the over-the-top Miracle Swing. Good morning, Miracle Swingers. I've got an awesome project that's top secret that I'm working on that has to do with Ben Hogan. Now, when I get to reveal this project to you, it's probably going to blow your mind. This is the most incredible golf recreation project I've ever heard of. And it's involving some really, really big people. But I can't talk about it just yet. But what I have to do right now is refine my Ben Hogan golf swing to the very best it can be. So I've got a plan. I'm working on it over the course of a couple of weeks. And today's video is the first step. And this is rolling the face open and cocking my wrists to the maximum, okay? So this is something that has to do with the cupping in the back of the wrist. So if I cock my wrist to the max, this is radial deviation, this is ulnar deviation. Radial deviation to the max gives me a cup in the back of my wrist. I don't try and so this is flexion, this is extension. I'm not trying to extend my wrist, I'm just cocking my wrist. And the cocking of my wrist puts me in this cupped position at the top of my backswing. Okay, so I want to hold on to that and release that power vector as late as possible into the golf ball. Okay, so this has to do with lag, this has to do with creating speed, and it has to do with being latest is greatest. That's something that I believe in. So you're going to see me working on this in today's video. I do want to say thank you to my students that came out last weekend. This is the last intensive I'm probably going to have this entire year. But if you'd like a personal lesson, you can email me, Christo@miracleswingexperience.com. And I highly recommend that you pick up the 7 Sacred Steps of the Over-the-Top Miracle Swing. This is my 15-year study breaking down the classic swing and everything that made it special, from Bobby Jones to Ben Hogan. And obviously, people are at the very top of the business are asking me to swing as Ben Hogan. So I'm putting everything I have into this project to be the very best I can be, and I want you to be the best golfer you can be. So let's get into today's video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and add a comment if you have any questions about what you see here. I'm starting with a super weak grip. I had a dream last night that Hogan was telling me to just weaken my left hand and my right hand as much as possible and force myself to rotate through the shot. So that's what I'm going to work on today. So here I am, first of all, rolling the face open, then cocking my wrist. But I find that basically if I just cock my wrist completely, you know, we're talking about radial deviation, then that's going to give me a little cup. And what I don't want to do is throw it away too early. So if I can hold on to that angle, it's going to allow me to release the club head through the ball with more speed and less effort. So right here, I'm just hitting a pitching wedge out there, just trying to find my rhythm, nice and smooth. Now here I'm stepping up a club. This might be my 9-iron. But again, I'm trying to keep a nice smooth rhythm. I'm trying to cock my wrists a little early in the backswing, and then I'm going to hold on to that angle. So in this practice session, I did want to focus specifically on my wrist hinge. My next practice session, I'm going to be focusing on something slightly different, but we can see me working on my waggle here. Trying to make sure that I get a good solid weight shift through the golf ball. That's a very specific thing that I'm working on. Get my right hip behind me, cock those wrists, and then just flow with it. Now you probably can't see it here, but the grass is so thin. All these lies are thin, so thin in fact that I'll just hit balls right out of my old divots and not even think twice about it. I've moved up to probably a 7-iron here. Once again, trying to keep smooth tempo. Cock my wrists earlier in the backswing. And this little move here is for me to go low left and not roll the face shut on my finish. Again, I'm working on my Ben Hogan style golf swing here. You know, surprisingly, a lot of people think that a weak grip doesn't give you power, but my friend Greg McHatton says that the names are reversed. They should call it a weak grip a strong grip, and a strong grip a weak grip. So that felt really smooth right there. I can tell that I compressed the heck out of it. Yeah, I believe I'm still hitting a 7-iron here. From this angle, I think we can see how I'm rocking in my weight shift a little bit more. Back into my right heel, and then right down through my left heel. So all these shots are taking off with a pretty nice trajectory. All right, so now I'm going to switch it up to 3/4 front, just a slightly different camera angle here. And this is interesting to see. Oh, I can notice right here I've got my interlocking grip. I fool around with grips all the time. I need to go back to my overlap. Yeah, this angle gives us a completely different look at the follow through, and what I'm looking for here specifically is how my left leg and left hip are working. I want to be able to rotate through the shot. Okay, I got a nice angle of attack on that one. So I want to be pretty steep, guys. I want to take a nice solid divot. I don't want to be picking it off the ground here. Most of my students are too shallow in their angle of attack. When you get down on that ball, you need your hands in front of the ball and you need to compress the heck out of it. And that's the feeling I'm always trying to get. So I hope this little session gives you some inspiration, guys, and I hope you hit them long and hit them straight.
It's scary.
Clockwork.
Yeah, like I'm trying to mess one up on purpose and I can't. I didn't understand what compressing the ball meant. Now I understand. This is what golf dreams are made of. Yeah, in reality.